A big part of warding off potential assailants or potentially dangerous situations is to look and act confident. Whether you are confident or not, you need to look and act the part. This is where the term "fake it until you make it" really applies. The data has shown that assailants and those who wish to do harm to others are less likely to attack or abuse women who have a high level of confidence. Those who display a high level of confidence send out a signal to potential assailants that they will not be an easy target. And at the subconscious level, the assailant will avoid those who have higher levels of confidence versus those who appear to have lower confidence and strength. In today's video we will go over 10 tips you can display confidence and help ward off potential dangers. But before we get to tip number 1, make sure you click the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future empowered videos where Ma'am Cheryl and Master Jonathan strive to help women and young girls build confidence and find their inner strength through defense and empowerment training. Tip number 1 to look more confident is to be engaged with your surroundings. This means simply be aware of who and what is in your immediate area and actively be a part of it by looking around and engaging with people. This can be done through making eye contact and speaking to those around you if the situation calls for it. Tip number 2 to look more confident piggybacks off tip number 1 by making eye contact with people. Oftentimes if someone surprises you by coming into your personal space, it is because you were probably looking down or avoiding eye contact. This can be viewed as a sign of weakness. Looking people in the eyes shows you have confidence in yourself by also acknowledging that others are there. Making eye contact with others is not only a polite thing to do, it shows strength. Tip number 3 to look more confident is to acknowledge people around you. Again, this is not only just a polite thing to do by showing courtesy for others, it shows that you are very aware of your surroundings and who is around you. This can also help you assess any situation you find yourself in and you can respond appropriately if something were to come up versus reacting at the last moment. Potential predators normally don't like to be seen, so acknowledging them has the potential to reduce the likelihood of them doing something. Tip number 4 to look more confident is to wall talk with your shoulders back and head held high. Walking tall with your shoulders back makes you look bigger, in a good way, and projects off a certain level of strength and power which tends to be a deterrent for potential attackers looking for their next victim. Potential attackers looking for their next prey tend to go after those who appear weak. If you look strong, you are less likely to be attacked. Tip number 5 to look more confident is to own your personal space around you. Most people who lack a certain level of confidence will try to hide, make themselves look small, and take up very little space. To a potential attacker, this is a sign of weakness. Without being too greedy, take up space around you and own it. It takes confidence to take up more space and make yourself look bigger. This displays your personal power. You can do this by spreading out your arms and legs while sitting or standing. Tip number 6 to look more confident is to assertively use your voice when appropriate. Your voice is a powerful tool when used correctly. It can show others your inner strength and confidence when communicating to others what you want. Speaking in a clear, not too loud, and slower pace voice allows you to communicate in a proficient manner versus being quiet and shy. For some this is not an easy task and may take some practice, but it's worth the time. Tip number 7 to look more confident is to keep your hands visible. Besides the practical reason of keeping your hands visible in case you need to physically defend yourself from an attack, keeping your hands visible is another way of showing your strength and confidence. Those who tend to lack a bit of self-confidence tend to hide their hands away by putting them into their coat or pants pockets. This is subconsciously a way to make yourself smaller, therefore less visible. Keeping your hands out and visible is a sign of strength. Tip number 8 to look more confident is to take bigger steps at a comfortable pace. Taking smaller tiny steps and walking at a fast pace like you are in a hurry puts off the vibe that you are uncomfortable in your surroundings. This can create a situation where others might see you as being unsure of yourself and lack self-confidence. Just what a potential assailant may be looking for. Instead, you should show off your confidence and comfort in your surroundings by again walking tall, shoulder back, head up, and take big steps at a comfortable pace. This shows you are in control of the situation and that you are someone not to mess with. Tip number 9 to look more confident is to have your personal belongings on you organized. Having personal items such as your purse, handbag, backpack, grocery bags, and so on. Disorganized and all over the place can show others your lack of confidence in controlling your person. Potential assailants look for people who seem unorganized and distracted by the chaos of their belongings and not paying attention to their surroundings in certain situations. Having your personal belongings well organized and under control shows that you are in charge of the current moment and are aware. This helps reduce the risks of potential dangers. Tip number 10 to look more confident is to be well groomed and dressed neatly. Taking care of your physical appearance and health shows your self-confidence. This lets people know you care about your well-being. Those who don't keep themselves well groomed and clean oftentimes appear to be lacking in confidence and have lower self-esteem. They are trying to hide or blend in with the crowd. Take care of yourself and be proud of who you are. Don't be afraid to stand out. For some, this will be a challenge. But you can do it. You don't have to master each of these 10 tips on looking confident all at once. Pick one you feel you need to work on first and work on it. Once you feel you mastered that tip, go on to the next one. Through time, practice, and mastering each of these 10 tips, you will actually become more confident in yourself. For more content on self-empowerment, fitness, and self-defense, check out some of the videos on the screen now, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a like.